obsession is useless without focus. Now, there's a lot of people out there that will say that they are obsessed, that they are intense, and that might actually be true. That being said, if that intensity is not channeled through focus, through monotropism, just pure focus on one thing, you're not going to get much done. You're not going to get far in life. You're just going to be really intense on 100 different things and never actually get any compounding interest on any one of those things. Now, that is something I have struggled with for a long time, and I still struggle with focus. Like, I often have to physically remove distractions because I'm just so bad at focusing. I would consider myself an intense person, and actually when I talk to a lot of people, they also say, oh yeah, I'm an intense person, this and that. But like, the reality is, the reason a lot of people don't have any results and they don't have anything to show for that intensity is because they are not focused. They spread their attention like this. It's everywhere. And intensity is great. Having your mind run at 150% is great, but only when it's channeled in one direction. And the reason I even came about this and kind of like started looking into it is because I was reading up on neurodivergent profiles like OCD, Asperger's, like stage 1 autism and all that. And the big thing that I noticed is, like, obviously all of them have this like intensity. But the problem is most people struggle with all that intensities because they don't have the focus to actually route that intensity. And when you realize that, and when you realize that you are struggling with it, you are able to fix it, because you're able to put your phone on in the other corner of the room, or you set like a kitchen timer to focus, and you can't distract yourself. You can't do anything but the thing that you set out to do in that time frame. And all of those things, you just start to physically force yourself to focus. And it's not something that you fix. Like, yes, it gets easier after some time, but the distractions also get better. And so the truth is, obsession is nothing without focus. The intensity is useless without focus. In fact, it'll probably make you more miserable. Like, if you're like a genuinely intense person, an intelligent person, but you just scatter everywhere and your mind is just running all over the place, it will make you miserable. Like, there's no doubt about it. And so what I had realized is, like, this is why most people don't get anywhere. And they might genuinely be intense. Like, some people usually just say it but don't actually have any of that intensity, but some people genuinely have it. But most don't get anything because they don't have the focus. And it was like so hard for me to admit it too, because it's probably the biggest thing I struggle with is focus, because I get distracted so easily. But kind of looking at myself and looking at other people, I just realized, like, focus is like is that one thing. It's just, you just gotta focus on one thing. Like, do not deviate. But if obsession is guided by impulse control and focus, you will get outsized results. And so, I was studying on neurodivergent profiles, and they basically have the ability to have their mind run at like 150%. But the reason why most neurodivergent profiles, which is like autistic people and OCD and whatever, don't actually succeed a lot is because they're not able to focus. And focus is one of those traits that you're not born with. Like, yeah, you can be born neurodivergent, But you're not born focused. Everybody is distracted. It's the easiest thing to do. And so focus is an acquired skill. It's something that you can also, like, you can physically isolate yourself. You can train yourself. Like, if you force yourself enough times, you will get better at focus. It's an acquired skill. And so I got a little bit upset at first because it's like, man, like, I struggle with this so much. But then I also got happy because I realized that it is an acquired skill and that I can just work on it more and more and more. And eventually I'll get a lot better at focus. And most people are not willing to work on skills. And so that was kind of like, it was kind of like, I was here, then I found out about it. I went down and I was like, oh, like, I can, I can learn about this, and so I start learning about it, and it just, keeps on going up. And, yeah, that's basically, like, that's the only thing I want to drive home today. Like, focus is the only thing that will yield results. Nothing else.